if I no conclude them, if BBC conclude and then go die, I have started the matter. Let's assume that is my capacity to start the matter. Why don't you conclude along? Yes, Barrister Ogo.
Good morning, sir. This case again makes us more popular than before, because you cannot compare yourself with all those small bloggers. What they do here now, investigative and developmental journalism, will not be the same thing with them.
Ogo, make I shock you.
Yes, sir.
Consultant Ike.
Ordinary President.
You remember when this crippled woman come about this case?
Yes, sir.
Day one, we do the matter. Day two, after I cross-examined this woman, I called you aside in the evening. Wait till I tell you about the woman.
And that the difference between you and them is that you're not just doing investigative journalism, you're combining it with developmental journalism. Some things where I find out, come report to you to confirm waiting you don't find out. You talk, say, seal your mouth, no talk but this matter, I don't come out my hand.
Simple. The
Yes,
same
sir.
thing with Anambra case.
So
I was supposed to go to Anambra.
Now, ordinary president,
Say the truth. And then that South African will carry accent. Like person will carry hot yam from mouth.
Now, you know, get apology. Now, still they interrogate them now. So, till now, the woman they confirm say, na Pastor Kande bin tell her make a lie.
See.
Make a cover some part of the truth.
Yes.
Will be
now.
for CAC church. So,
Now.
you can see now a pastor,
Consultant Ike.
ordinary president.
The same Prof X, he did South Africa when South Africans they kill Nigerians. He no talk. Carry accent, this their South African accent. The only person where they make South African accent they sweet me. Now this guy Julius Malema. Let's appreciate Julius Malema. In fact, after Mandela, the only person will make me love South Africans now Julius Malema. And one day we go invite Julius Malema come Brekete family studio.
But you see, say, na man will get character. You know they're desperate for anything like these other ones that are desperate for popularity.
They say that Proff is now from Zimbabwe.
Now Zimbabwe, ba?
They stay for South
Zim
Africa.
accent be that, but he live for South Africa.
Yes,
that
sir.
accent where you see.
Now Zimbabwe accent.
Zimbabwe.
Prof X.
And the worry about them is that some of them that I have encountered, we have good Zimbabweans, what some of them I have encountered is that even when they discover that they are proceeding in error, it is usually very difficult for them to
They are not civilized.
reverse themselves.
They are not civilized. Okay, Mama want to talk.
South Africa owing me Chief Mrs. Felicia Sani OOF £5,000.
Now donate, you donate them to them.
And donate, I not donate again.
Oh, okay.
I not donate again.
May them give you back your money.
1, 2. When they were suffering, they came to Jos. Gwangong Jos was the chairman of that day. They said we should donate money that they are killing them, that they should give them money to come out. Then Sim Mandela was there. I gave them, I didn't donate. I gave them 5,000. Hanatu Cholom, may her soul rest in peace, gave them 3,000.
Pounds.
Yet,
Pounds.
Pounds now. So now they are owing me. When I saw them killing Nigerians, I was weeping. The people I gave money to bring them out from problem turn around against us. Why must they turn against
That
Nigeria?
is sheer ungratefulness, man.
Very, very ungrateful. They should give me my money. Oh. Any South African person I see now must return my 5,000. I rest my case.
Ordinary president, they are even talking about abandonment of cases. From now onwards, anybody will lie here. We the answers of the affidavits where then they go deposed to in the high courts is to avoid this, and the punishment is not less than 15 years imprisonment.
So anybody will lie to us again,
we go to execute them.
Thank you.
Only to abandon the case. From now, the person will go prison. Anything where the little small bloggers won't do, make them do. The guy no still give up. He dey say the most important thing is that a child is missing.
Of course, but he make he follow the child.
My
now.
dear,
It's chance
even
make
this
he follow.
woman where they talk, she say, okay, let's assume. But we still demand explanation from you. Ahmed Issa, tell us why you did not continue with the matter. She been don't alleged say I delete the video. Now she don't see the video. She not get sense enough because she's a frustrated woman. A frustrated woman. A frustrated woman. She cannot even sit there and listen to the video and extract the facts in the video. No, okay, the video done the as he be saying now, ordinary Ahmed Issa be their target to attack. Once they mention my name, the video go viral. I don't know whether you see frustrated human beings because of social media now. Everybody they claim to be a journalist.
Yes, sir.
Greetings, people. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger yet again on another episode of the Enlightenment series. So the ordinary president from Brekete family has thrown another curveball. He has responded again. And he is trying by all means to cover up for his own. He's trying by all means to clean up his image. And he's trying, shame, to make sure that people can justify his inconsistency or to justify his incompetency in dealing with Ruth's matter. Now he's on an expedition to try to find things that he can use to discredit Ruth more so that his image can remain intact, so that his integrity cannot be questioned. You will realize in the next few days, you come up with more information to say, these are some of the reasons why I did not pursue Ruth's matter. He will start saying that we did our own investigation behind the scenes and we discovered this. If you discovered those things about Ruth's story, why did you not bring them to the public prior to this public expose? You're not that clever as you think, Mr. President, and your entire caucus. You're not that clever at all. I can tell you what you're trying to do here, and you're only going to cause more harm than good. The more that you will try to justify yourself and clear your image, what you're doing is you're suppressing Ruth's rights. You are suppressing justice for the baby child testimony. I can see that you are very selfish, you and your entire caucus. You don't care about the missing child. All you care about is your integrity and your reputation. You don't want people to see you as failures, yet you failed. That's just the truth. You don't win everything. This is life. Sometimes you win, sometimes you fail. But here we are questioning, how did you fail? And you don't want to be labeled as a failure, yet you failed. You demonstrated the highest level of incompetence on Ruth's matter, on Ruth's case. You only had one job, one simple job, to get the CCTV footage. And I'm told you went to Jeremiah or you went to the police station and you sent a petition to Jeremiah to release the footage. And they told you that the footage of the specific area that the incident happened and the one at the gate was not working. When they gave you that statement, what did you do about it? Let's now question and analyze your investigative analysis or journalism as you call it. What then did you do when this information was presented to you? Did you just pack your bags and you left? And after you left, is it when you just started thinking that, okay, let me now find a way to cover up for myself and now say, I left this case because Ruth lied? You're just covering for yourself here by crucifying Ruth more, by denying testimony, justice. You are doing it thinking that you are protecting your integrity or you are protecting your reputation, but you're causing more damage than good. And in your selfishness, you can't acknowledge that you couldn't handle this matter. You can't acknowledge that you hit a stumbling block, or you can't acknowledge that something happened that we don't know, because we really don't know what happened. Anything could have happened. The first assumption was that you were bribed. The second was that you were threatened. And people say no one can threaten the ordinary president. And people can say, no, Mr. Ordinary President is a man of integrity. He can never take a bribe. Okay, let's put those factors aside. So what happened? Tell us. How far did your investigation go? That's what we are asking so that we can take it from there. You're even further trying to justify yourself that we all have a capacity. My capacity, I did what I could do. It was up to other people to carry on with the matter and fight for the justice. That alone is demonstrating that you knew the case was valid. If the case was not valid, if this issue of the missing child was not true, you can't make those utterances. Deep inside your heart, you know the truth is that a child went missing at Mercy City. And you are confessing it in your entire utterances without you being cognizant of it. You know that the child went missing. But now you don't know how to answer to the question that we are asking you. Now you're trying to victimize Ruth and label her as a liar. Okay, let's analyze the lies that Ruth told. Let's analyze. Everybody is saying Ruth is a liar. Ruth did not mention that she went with an 18-year-old daughter at Jeremiah Omoto. That is the first lie that ordinary president is riding on. That Jeremiah Omoto and his entire baby charlatans are riding on. That Ruth did not mention that she went there with an 18-year-old daughter. That's the first lie. Yeah, it is. That's the first lie that you are glorifying so much that we dropped the case because of the inconsistency of the statements. Mr. President, you are a shame. Sorry to say this, but you really are a shame. Your arguments are so weak and pathetic. No, I'm serious about this, boss. We're talking about a missing child here. Your integrity, take it and then keep it wherever you want to keep it. But on the issue of Ruth Mathews, you failed. The second lie that Ruth told is that she did not say, I'm the one who sent the kids with these women. Those are the two lies that I heard. To me, I don't even see them as lies. They are misrepresentation of facts. In the first lie, it was just an omission of information. I don't see how that information, even in the first lie, could have aided to the case. I don't see how it could have given Brekete more information for him to do an investigation. I don't even see why it was important for Ruth to mention that she was with another 18-year-old adult. How is it of relevance? Please comment below and enlighten me. Maybe I'm the one who's crazy here, who does not know what. How is it important in the case of this missing child that Ruth forgot to mention? How is it a big lie? How is it so special? How is it so important that we capitalize on this fact or on this misrepresentation of information or omission of information as to the reason why Brekete dropped the case? And the second lie, as you are calling it, even though to me it's still not important, that Ruth did not mention. Ruth was not honest to tell us that she was the one who sent the two little boys with these two women. Those are the two lies, right? Okay, she made an error. She did it for so many reasons. This was a woman who lost a child. She was also protecting herself in the process. So she gave a statement that could probably just sugarcoat things so that she does not get persecuted. That could be my own judgment and my own analysis from someone who cares so much about the missing child more than what Ruth said. These are the two factors that people are capitalizing on. To say Ruth lied about this, ordinary president. That's why I dropped the case, because if I find you in one lie, I cannot present you anymore. No, Mr. President, you are lying. You are the one who's lying. You are the biggest liar here. Ruth is not a liar. You are the one who's lying. You are the one who's not telling the truth. And you know the truth. You know what happened. You know why you dropped this case. And in your inconsistency, now you are saying that it's because of my capacity. I had reached my capacity. Why can't other people that can take the case forward take it? That, you can say that. As a human rights activist, you have a capacity. So you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're standing for. Once you say you're a human rights activist, your maximum capacity should be at the finish line, where justice is served. You can't go midway and then you say my capacity allows me to go halfway. That's nonsense, man. Those were reckless utterances. Your capacity is to start a case and finish it. You don't leave a case along the way, my brother. In case you don't know your job title or your job description, then let me enlighten you. The work that you're doing, you don't take people for granted. You don't take victims for granted like that. People don't come with their stories to you and then you reach your capacity and then you drop a case. Okay, what was your capacity? Your capacity was it at a point whereby Jeremiah spoke to you behind the scenes, convinced you not to pursue it? Was that your capacity? Or your capacity was when Jeremiah deployed certain people to come and threaten you so that you don't pursue the case? Was that your capacity? In what context are you putting capacity? Explain to us what was your capacity. Those are the questions we are asking that you are failing to answer. You keep coming, Ruth lied. There are more lies. Nonsense. That is nonsense. That is nonsense. And I say it again, it's nonsense. Don't try to do damage. You can't clean up your image doing this, man. You're only causing more harm to the woman and the missing baby. Give us facts. I investigated the matter. And you requested for a footage. You did not get it. You were at the police station. You wrote a petition to Jeremiah. According to what I heard, that you wrote a petition to Jeremiah to come and write a statement at the police station. Did he come? He did not come. He sent his protocol. What did you do about it? Was that your capacity? You have the law enforcement on your side. You are known to be fighting for human rights. And the law enforcement, they know you. And they know your cause and they value and they respect you. So you couldn't influence the police officers using law that they have to follow procedure. They have to summon Jeremiah to come and give a statement. Because Jeremiah is the owner of the premises. He was supposed to come and give a statement. So you failed to summon Jeremiah. You requested for a footage. They told you that the cameras were not working. The one at the front and the one at the children's section were not working. So what did you do about that? That's what we want to know. What were the steps that you took after that? Simple questions you can't answer. All you can do is to come and say, the woman was lying. If you tell me one lie, I have the right to drop your case. That's nonsense again. So you were told this by the Jeremiah's people that the footages were not working. These cases, I believe that when you make people sign affidavits, you submit them to the High Court. Why did you not go to the High Court and subpoena Jeremiah to release the footage? And the footage was still going to show that these two cameras were not working. You could have gotten something at least. They were still they were still going to be compelled by law to submit that footage of that specific day. Whether the other two cameras were not working, it was going to show on the footage. And there are so many ways to extract deleted content from these hard drives. I believe these are the procedures that you were supposed to take. Okay, you say the footages of these two cameras were not working. Okay, show us the other parts of the CCTV coverage that were working. Let us analyze and see what was happening during this day. Let us try to see if these women were not in other sections where the CCTV footage was working. So that we can show Ruth and ask Ruth, do you recognize anyone amongst the people that were covered on this specific area by the footages that were working? Simple investigation. That's all you were supposed to do. Because chances are these two women could have gone to other places where the CCTV cameras were working. And they could have been identified had you requested for the entire footage of the specific day. Simple. So what did you do? What investigation did you do, Mr. Brekete? Tell us. You say that I'm just doing journalism without proficiency. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm chasing clout. I'm trying to get likes and views. Okay, let's just put facts on the table now. Stop accusing me of chasing likes and views. Okay, I like likes. I like views. I like the social media clout. It's fine. But I'm asking you simple questions. Answer them. Stop talking about my accent. My accent has nothing to do with the missing child. Stop talking about the Nigerians that are being killed somewhere, somehow, or in South Africa during xenophobia. We'll get to that. Stop asking me where am I when all this is happening. I'm here. And we talk about it every time it happens. We condemn it. We don't condone such. I'm against xenophobia. But all these other elements you're putting in place, you're just trying to justify yourself in your ignorance. The fact that you were inconsistent and you were incompetent to deal with a simple matter or to do a proper investigation now makes you feel like you can come up with all these, nonsensical utterances to try to defend yourself so that you clear your image. Simple things you're supposed to do. At least you should have gotten something from this investigation. You could have gotten a footage, the entire footage of the specific day. And from that entire footage, you're going to show Ruth. Ruth, do you recognize anyone from these sections? Could the women that took your child, do you see anyone here? This is simple, people. This is not rocket science. It's simple, common sense. And why did you not even subpoena Jeremiah? What investigation did you do, Brekete, ordinary president? What did you do, tell me? Instead of you coming here to defend yourself and talk about nonsense stuff, irrelevant stuff. What did you do? Those are the questions we are just asking, simple questions. How far did you go with the investigation? What did you discover other than the inconsistency of Ruth's statements? For you to come now and say, no, I dropped the case because I realized that Ruth was not truthful, it's not enough. And I repeat it, it's not enough. It's not enough basis for you to drop a case. And I can even listen to the raccoons in your caucus that are talking nonsense as well. That lawyer of a woman that you call your lawyer, she's uttering rubbish. She's uttering nonsense as well. And that old man that is talking slow as if he knows what he's talking about, he's talking nonsense as well. It's just an entire caucus of old people, no fresh ideas, no new ideologies. You're just doing things the same way you used to do them 7 years ago. You need fresh blood to inspire you, that are people that are energetic, that can be on the ground and investigate matters like this. That's what makes us question. What made you drop the case? First, you said Ruth was lying. I caught her in a lie. That's why I dropped the case. Now you are saying my capacity. You don't even know what your capacity is. The capacity of a human rights activist is to fight until justice is served. There is no fighting until the half and then you realize that there's a stumbling block and then you withdraw. Then why should you be trusted with any of other victims? Let's value victims. When they give their stories to you, when they come to seek for help from you, fight for them. Be a soldier. Be a soldier and fight for the people and bring justice to the people. I only agree with you on the effect when you mentioned that some of these Nigerian women that are blogging are frustrated. On that one, I agree with you because most of the Nigerian people that are propagating this position of Ruth, for real, they are frustrated. They don't have sense. They are not saying anything that is of value. They are ranting left, right, and center. On that one, I agree with you. And the funny part is these women that you are referring, this woman, this specific woman that you are referring to, what's her name, Maureen, that you are referring to as frustrated. She also had a case of Otobo and Johnson Suleiman against Johnson Suleiman. She handled that case the same way you handled Ruth's case. She messed it up. Where is Otobo now? We don't know. It's because of bloggers. These are the ones that are frustrated, that just come and take victims for granted. The same way Brekete is taking Ruth Mathew for granted. She takes a woman, brings her on her platform, runs and runs and runs, gets content, gets likes, gets views, gets revenue, and forgets about the victim. She throws her away. I don't get a victim and then I leave her along the way. I'll fight for my victim until I get justice for the victim. Now the same woman now is now trying to castigate me. Is now trying to label me, call names, and talk all kind of nonsense. Deal with the Otobo case first. Fix the victim that you had. You had a very good case and you spoiled it because you want to chase clout. You destroyed everything. This woman called Otobo had a very good case and you messed it up. Now you can come and tell me how to help my victim. Ruth is my victim. I went to her, I looked for her, and I'll fight for her. Fix the victims that were given to you first before you try to interfere with the victims that I'm trying to help. This is not a competition here. We have a life at stake. And you people, some of the Nigerian bloggers, with your frustration that the ordinary president mentioned, it's causing you now to come and say a lot of nonsense just to try to discredit what we are doing here. You don't care about your victims, you people. And you claim to be fighting for victims. Oh, after all you want is clout. So that's my story, Mr. President, getting back to you. We asked you simple questions. What were the investigations that you did? How far now? How far did you go? What did you get from the investigations? Give us that information so that we can also establish facts as to what happened to this matter. What did Jeremiah do to you, or what did Jeremiah offer you? Should we put it rightly that way? Because you are not answering those questions. You're just answering the aspect of Ruth lying or inconsistency with their statements, which is not sufficient. It does not suffice. So that's my story. You can keep on ranting, Mr. Ordinary President, but the facts are facts, my brother. There's nothing that can change facts or dilute facts. You failed, you failed. You mismanaged the case, you mismanaged the case. You might have been a good man in the past or now, but on this particular case, you mesmerized it. You mesmerized it. You made confusion of it. You shocked it. You did some things on it that made it lose focus. That made it lose value. You dealt with it in a very bad manner. And now you don't want to take the blame. You're trying to cover up by all means to try to suffocate Ruth now. To say, Ruth, I also discovered A, B, C, D, and E about Ruth. No, we don't care about what you discovered about Ruth. We want to know how far you went with the case of the missing child. Let's talk about the missing child before we focus on Ruth. In my last advice to you, plant some young men in your caucus that can help you and give you fresh and new ideas. And I saw this other video that you slapped someone. You slapped someone on your show. You have too much arrogance, Baba. And is that your arrogance that makes you not admit that you are wrong? Oh, Julius Malema must come. The only man that I love in South Africa, that makes me love South Africans, is Julius Malema. Julius Malema will never come to your platform. He does not come to platform that do not know what they stand for. For you to have Julius Malema on your platform, you have to be sold out to your convictions. Malema is sold out to his convictions. Malema fights for justice. He fights for everyone. You don't fight for everyone. You discriminate. Look at how you are even labeling Ruth Mathew, that cripple. That cripple that came here. She has a name. You don't even care much about her. You refer to her as a cripple. That cripple. Her physical condition does not determine her identity. She has an identity. And her name is Ruth Mathew. Refer to her with integrity, with honor. She's a human being, just like you and me. You don't call her that cripple. She is Ruth. Stop referring to her like that. That just shows that you don't care about anyone. You care about you and yourself. And stop talking about my English. My English is far much better than yours and your entire caucus. No, we consumed books, Baba. Don't see us coming here talking about issues and addressing issues, and then you think we are just like your typical bloggers who have no idea what academics is. No. Some of us, we went through all the academics halls. We opened all the doors and we reached very high, levels of academia. So let's not try to bring matters that there's nothing to do with this into play. Let's focus on the missing child. So with that being said, I'll check you out on the next episode of the Enlightenment series. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger. I'm out.